GM, good morning. It's raining and I'm out for a walk with my little dog Mila. Let me see if we can get her. There she is. Oh my god, as soon as I started this, there's a big, weird machine going around that field. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I have been overthinking about you. Thinking about in my introductory video of all the things I said, and I meant all of it. But one thing that I did say was that everything is going to be okay, and I promise you that, which I still do. Everything is going to be okay, but I was like, why did I say that? I can't promise everything is okay, or you know what, but I think I can promise that because at some point, okay, at the beginning of my cancer journey, I'll speak for myself, I was freaked out, obviously. I had anxiety over I mean, I don't even know where to start. The pain, being sick, all the procedures, the hospital, everything that I'd have to go through, end of dying. I had anxiety over dying and leaving my girls and leaving my parents and just this world. How is it going to be without me and everything? And I would just fall into a mental hole. And that was like an anxiety attack, and I literally felt myself falling in my mind. And so you can't live like that. You just can't sustain that kind of those feelings, that anxiety. You just can't. So that's why I say things will be okay. I'm just gonna give her a little treat. Here you go, babe. Things will be okay, because that chaos at the beginning, and that dread, that just tidal wave of fear and of the unknown and everything that's going to happen and what the fuck, and everything that you've ever seen on TV or friends and family who's had cancer, that all just pounds you, but that doesn't last. Thankfully for me, it didn't last. And although I do take chlorazepam, not all the time. I take it for getting my treatments, going for procedures, things like that. I take chlorazepam, and that does help me. Because my before cancer life, I fainted all the time. Like when I went to the dentist, I went for a tattoo. I'm just a fainter. So, but you know what? And I fainted when I was taking the bandages off my breast from the biopsy. This might be too TMI, too much information, but I was gonna jump into the shower, so I was totally nude, and I was taking that bandage off, and just where I was, the situation, everything, oh my god, it hit me, and I literally, I fell. I lost consciousness, and my husband thankfully, he's the one that found me. I was just on the floor, and he was like, Christina, wake up. And he's been with me when I passed out before, so he kind of knew what to do, and he was, whatever, okay with it. But thankfully it wasn't my girls that found me. That was That was scary. So anyway, so I take lorazepam so I don't faint. And but so far with the chemo and the treatments, which I have treatments every 3 weeks. I get I'm on the Herceptin Perjeta, and I get that every 3 weeks. It's still an IV situation, so I still have to go to the chemo ward. I feel like I work there now, which is that's my life now. But you know what? So things are not okay. Like, things are not as they were before. Things are not like, I still, like, everybody is going to die. But I'm more at peace with it now. Like the anxiety is less. So that's what I wanted to tell you, that it will be okay in that sense. The stuff that you're feeling like right now, the beginning journey, that's really, it's difficult and it's a lot. And you go ahead and freak out because it is a lot. But that, cancer, it goes up and down, it ebbs and flows. It's not like a straight line to the end. It's so there's gonna be, like, I've had some regression which freaked me out again, so I got freaked out again. And you know what, though, I also see the therapist. She calls me every month and we talk about things. And you know what, I use ChatGPT. I put my thoughts, feelings through there, and we hash it out. You can talk to it. You can use the audio and you can listen. It can talk to you. So it benefits me there as well. I can do a whole video on how ChatGPT helps with cancer healing, which I should, because that would be really beneficial. And a lot of people poo-poo AI, but it's helped me so much. Even just I'll get a blood test or MRI or anything, any kind of test. I'll just copy and paste the results into ChatGPT and it will explain everything. So it's pretty awesome. And if I have like symptoms of something and I'm worried, hey, what's happening here? I think I have lymphedema. And talking to this with ChatGPT, it actually preps me on how to speak to the doctor, because I don't know about you, but these doctors, they don't listen. I don't know what the deal is there. I'm trying not to harbor some anger. And so yeah, that's actually what my very first song, Misdiagnosed, that's what that's about. It's about how I had to fight to get diagnosed. It took me 6 months of seeing my doctor all the time. Even during the I would see him. I would be in his office, and he's like, "We can only talk about one thing." It's like, well, dude, how do I know what one thing to talk about? I am not a doctor. How am I supposed to know? So I would say, well, my head hurts, or I feel extremely tired. What, I don't know what that looks like, or I didn't even dream that I have cancer, that this would be a cancer thing. So I'm like, dude, I'm wicked tired. Like, I told him that I was like pregnancy tired, and nothing. He just, what happened was he put me on like ADHD medicine. And then he's like, well, we can only talk about one thing, so you'll have to come back next week. And I'm like, well, I will be there next week then, because I knew something was wrong with me, and I just had to convince him. And what happened was, 6 months after seeing him, I felt the lump in my breast in the shower, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I went in, and I'm like, hey, I have a lump in my breast, and he's like, oh, okay. So then he didn't even look or touch it or anything. Honestly, he sent me for a mammogram, and then he called me, and I was like, oh fuck, this dude's calling me, and he's like, hey, listen, you have cancer, and I'm like, well, can we get a biopsy, before we start saying I have cancer, like, let's, and he's like, yeah, but then, we're pretty sure you have cancer, and I'm like, okay, and then that's how it started, and so I had to fight for it, and listening to like other videos, I listen a lot to the patient story. That's a really great channel if you haven't checked that out already on YouTube. The patient story. Almost every single person there had to fight for a diagnosis. I'm not kidding. It's disgusting, actually. And then my mom asked my oncologist, she said, how long do you think that this tumor has been there? He said 6 months. 6 months? Hey, that's the same amount of time that I took to convince my doctor that I was sick. And not only that, but I have de novo. I have stage 4, so I was diagnosed with stage 4. It's also in my liver, which I can say I don't, well, I mean, I don't, you know what, I don't even want to jinx myself by saying cancer free, which if you're cancer free, you go ahead and celebrate. But from what I can see, the celebrations don't last long, and I just don't want to, I just don't want to say that, but I don't have cancer in my liver right now. So no evidence of disease. Yeah. So, my life is okay. It is okay. So that's why it's not like it was before. It's not like I'm still tired. I'm still in pain. I'm still sick. But in many ways, my life is actually better. I feel like I'm more. I have to face death, more. I never did before. Now I do. I kind of become more spiritual because, and I'm like looking at my life. I'm like, what is life? What is my life? What do I do? And I got Mila. Let's look at her again because she's so cute. She's just sitting there. She's just sitting there listening to me. We should go in because it's raining. And she looks like maybe she's going to be cold soon. But my life is different. It's different, but it's okay. It's different, but it's okay. And yeah. So, I was going to tell you what kind of cancer it was. So it is metastatic breast cancer, and it is HER2 positive. HER2 positive. That's why I take the Herceptin and Perjeta, and it is negative to hormones. So it's hormone negative, but HER2 positive. So I think that's pretty good from what I can tell. But that doesn't mean that I can't get another kind of cancer that's, triple negative or something like that. Because cancer is wild like that. It just does its own thing. And if you have your mind set on something, like this is the plan changes. Cancer is a little silly goose, eh? So I try not to say cancer free and all this stuff like that. I got cancer, and it's negative positive. So it's got negatives and positives. We got a little doggy action here. Okay, yeah, we're gonna move along. Let's
go, babe. Let's go, babe.
Uh-oh. You know what? I'm gonna say goodbye to you right now, and I will talk to you later. I gotta go be a puppy mummy, and love you and take care. Bye.